Hey guys, this is the part of the video where I introduce myself as Mitchell00 and ask you guys how you've been doing all this time. Originally today I was going to be doing my 400 subscriber celebration video, but it appears that YouTube has been taking away deactivated accounts from everyone's overall subscriber count. So what I originally thought was 400 subscribers is actually 392. So instead I've decided to do a video on a completely different topic, a topic that maybe some of you might be familiar with and some of you might not be. It's an internet phenomenon which is known as bronies. Now what is a brony, you might be asking yourself? A brony is a combination of two words, bro and pony. Brony. A brony is a male between the ages of 18 to 30 who is a fan of the show My Little Pony. Now I know your meme has already done a great video explaining the phenomenon, however I decided to give my own little opinion on it. You see, it's interesting because never before has a show been so widely accepted by people outside of its target demographic. I mean, you can watch stuff like Toy Story, Freakazoid, SpongeBob, The Simpsons, and you can tell that these shows are made for a specific audience, but they also respect all different age groups and all different genders. But My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is a show made for kids and it knows it. It's written and it's animated in such a way. So then, why does it contain so much appeal? Everyone has their own theories, everything from it being well written to having nostalgia value, like watching an old episode of Pokemon or Powerpuff Girls. But when you think about it, these are really simplistic and short-sighted explanations for something so bizarre in internet culture. What I personally think is that it's a cutesy show, but it doesn't really go overboard. The characters in the show are actually characters with personality and not just stereotypes of their given role. And though the show does contain morals, it's not really moral heavy, so it doesn't really like push it in your face like an after-school special. But the fact of the matter remains that whether you hate the show or you like the show, that it has made an impact on the internet at large. And no matter what your opinion on bronies is, you have to admit that you wouldn't give a second glance at someone who just merely likes Pixar films, or merely likes old Cartoon Network shows, or merely likes Pokemon. You don't really judge those people based on their interests, do you? One of my friends asked me the other day, why do fans of My Little Pony actually call themselves bronies? I mean, why does the term even exist in the first place? Originally I thought it was a stupid question, so I dismissed it. But I actually thought about it over the next couple of weeks, and really I came to the conclusion that the definition of brony is debatable, just as the definition of gamer is. You call someone who's interested in games a gamer, but you don't call someone who's interested in films a filmsy, and you don't really call someone who's interested in music a musicer, or someone who's interested in books a booker, just as you wouldn't call someone who's big on Futurama a futurie. With gamers though, it's actually a bit debatable as what classifies a gamer. I mean, are you a gamer if you play games regularly? Are you a gamer if you just play games? Some people think that to be a gamer, you have to obsessively play games, like it has to be your life. That's just not the case, just as it is with bronies. The question remains though is why can't you just like something and not make a big deal out of it? Well, the fact of the matter is, we don't. I guess I can't really speak for everyone, but I don't really think that brony should be a title or a label, and I don't even really think it should be taken as an insult. I feel that the name itself is a little redundant, but if someone were to ask me, are you a brony? I wouldn't be offended. Because I am a brony. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. And really, that's all the definition of brony needs to be. Just someone who likes the show My Little Pony. It doesn't need this stereotype attached to it. Because it seems that the stereotype of bronies is a fat, obsessive nerd who does nothing but collects the figurines, has seen all the episodes, obsessively watches them over and over again, and whose life centers completely on My Little Pony. That stereotype does exist, I have met people like that, but it just seems a bit weird to me that people would accept that as the default. I mean, you can pretty much say that about any fandom. Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Star Trek, Star Wars, Sonic the Hedgehog, just to name a few. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers. There are always going to be those fans, there's always going to be those fans who take their obsession just a little bit too far. Why should that be accepted as the default of that respective fandom? Now, I don't speak for My Little Pony specifically, but some fans are afraid to actually be fans of the show that they like, just because there's this huge stereotype that's connected to the respective fandom. It doesn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be that way. If you're going to take anything away from this video, let it be this. You shouldn't base your judgment on someone just on their hobbies and interest. If someone likes a show, they should just like it. If you like a show, just like it. You shouldn't try and hide it, but you shouldn't make a big deal out of it either. There's a complete balance to all of this, and that applies to fans and non-fans alike. Anyway, that's all for now. Catch you later.